Hi, I'm Allie, and I'll be your instructor this semester for this online section of script analysis, where we'll be taking a closer look at Amazon Prime's The Boys. Before I jump into what the class entails, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. So, like I said, my name is Allie. My pronouns are either she or they. I don't really have a preference, so either are fine. And in addition to being an instructor at Columbia College, I'm also a visual artist myself. I generally work in two-dimensional mediums. I like painting, printmaking, but I also use digital imagery, both still and moving images. And in addition to teaching at the college level, I also am a teaching artist and work with K through 12th grade youth. I also work at the Madison Youth Arts Center, which is in beautiful downtown Madison, and I'm actually standing right in front of our really cool Instagram wall right now to make this video. So, in this class, we'll be looking at Amazon Prime's The Boys. And before I even go into the class at all, I think that this entire class, this show, all of it needs a trigger warning. This is a very violent show. For those of you who are already familiar with the television show as well as the source material, the graphic novel that it's derived from, you're already aware of this. But for people just coming into this class, looking for a script analysis class or trying to get an extra credit here during the semester, this is a very, very violent show. There's assault, murder, sexual assault. It pretty much runs the gamut, and so I just want people to know what they're getting into, because especially the first week, we're going to look at this show through the lens of it's an adaptation. And when we look at the comic book, it's even more violent, kind of more horrific than the television show is itself. And we will be looking at this is a 5-week class, and we'll be looking at this show through 5 different lenses throughout the course of our 5-week semester. So we'll be looking at The Boys as an adaptation. In week 1, we will look at how it's from a comic book, and also throughout the course of our 5 weeks, we'll look at The Boys through the lens of race, through the lens of gender and feminism, and we'll also be looking at kind of the source material that it's drawn from beyond the comic book adaptation, but like the archetypal comic book characters that are being kind of made fun of in a show like The Boys. And there's a high level of expectation that viewers will have a familiarity with comics that have come before, such as Superman or The Flash, etc. And then we'll also be looking at this show through a psychological lens, and I think Homelander in particular is a character that you can really kind of study psychologically as you watch this show. So there will be a paper in this class that you'll be expected to write, and there'll be all the assignments. There'll be a lot of guidelines on Canvas, the LMS that Columbia College uses. So this will have a lot more detail than I'm just quickly telling you here in our introduction. But each week there'll be a discussion forum and weekly materials that you're expected to be a part of. So this is not independent study. You will have classmates that will be interacting with one another in our online LMS. And there'll be an assignment where we look at adaptations, and then there'll be the final paper where you write up looking at the show through a lens of your choosing. And again, there'll be a lot more information about this on Canvas, but I just wanted a quick verbal introduction to the class. And I think that in an online format like this, having videos from me really helps you kind of get to know me as a person. And I think it helps with people who like this kind of delivery method a little bit better. That said, I'll also be doing weekly wrap-ups via video, and I'll have the first one posted as week 1 begins, so that you'll be kind of ready for it and see where it will land each week. But generally for weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5, that video wrap-up will come a little bit later in the week. So I'm expecting people to log into the Canvas LMS earlier in the week to do a little bit of coursework, and then to check it again before the week is over, and there'll be that video wrap up, and you'll be able to see what your classmates have said in the discussion forums as well. If there's anything that comes up in your personal life, if something gets in the way of your studies, please reach out to me and I will do as much as I can as far as accommodations. Um, and if there's any questions for material that we're studying, same thing for that. Please reach out. I'm readily available in an online format. I do not live in the Chicago area at this time. I did used to live in Chicago and I love the city a lot, but I'm currently living in my hometown of Madison, Wisconsin. And although I do get to the city, I'm not there weekly to meet with you, so it would be kind of a rare occurrence that that kind of in-person meeting would happen. That said, I'm readily available online. We could either chat or we could have a Zoom together. If you prefer good old fashioned telephone, I can do that as well. So I am here to help you out, and I want you to succeed in this class. So if something does come up, or if you do have questions, please reach out and we can talk about it. I'm really looking forward to getting to know each of you throughout this semester, and I'm really excited to study Amazon Prime's The Boys. I've been collecting comic books since I was a child, and I still have a pretty fat collection, I must say. And I love to see these kinds of spoofs on comic books where we have kind of an about face on what a hero is. So I'm looking forward to discussing this with you all, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some people in this class who have a really strong familiarity with this show and others who this is new to. I'm excited for all of these different points of view, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you all. Thank you for your attention.